Welcome back to the Smugsy Show. I'm Smugsy, your host, identifying as the Barstool Cougar. Every Wednesday we meet here to talk about important things and important people. Today, why PENN National stock is back in black, and a message to Starbucks Baristas. Say no to systemic stupidity, or you could be the next target of a low-income housing scam, spreading like a virus across America. But first, a word from our sponsor, Smugsies. The Smugsy Show is presented to you by Smugsies, sleek and elegant joint ciggies rolled in organic cannabis with all-natural, locally sourced paper. Look for Smugsies in the pretty indigo and marigold packs. Okay, well, I'm sure you saw, as I did, in the Wall Street Journal on Tuesday of this week, for the first time, and I think a very long time, PENN National, ticker PENN, was not listed on the top 1,000 stock list. That's right, on Tuesday. I was like, whoa, Lil Pen, what's going on? And then, of course, the news broke about the catastrophic fashion don't by chicks in the office. And we had an explanation. So for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, of course I'm referring to the People's Choice Awards that featured, among other contestants, Chicks in the Office as one of the nominated best podcasts for pop culture. And isn't that great? And the chicks, Barstool Rhea and Barstool Fran, well, they went to the awards show and were on the red carpet, and let's just say that the red carpet appearance by the chicks in the office, I think, explains PENN stock being in the red. I mean, the outfits, let me tell you, my friends, let's just say slutty, okay? It was slutty. And I think the winner, okay, the winner of the most popular, the best podcast for pop was Emma, what's her name? Emma Chamberlain. Okay, she's 20 years old. If Barstool Rhea and Barstool Fran had listened to the winner's podcast just a few days earlier, they would have heard her take on fashion, and I think they would have chosen a different outfit. So Barstool Rhea, she had like a bubblegum pink dress, sort of like smushed breasts in like a halter top that had a belt and strings. It was like, if you've heard the expression, someone wears belt and suspenders, it's a little much. Well, this was belts and suspenders and halter top and spaghetti straps. I mean, it was belt and suspenders with strings attached. It was, and it was, just very slutty. And Barstool Fran in the black pajamas, like with short shorts, silky black, like slutty pajamas. So that, and let's just face it, I think Wall Street's really bearish on pointy nails. Okay, pointy nails with the slutty fashion is just, it sent the stocks tumbling. And Wall Street said no to Sluts Are Us. The stock crashed, but thankfully today, as the market watchers among you know, there's been a rebound, and PENN National is back, listed in the Wall Street Journal's top 1,000 stocks. And of course, I think it's a reflection of the non-slutty Smugsy Show, numbies, and today's show. I mean, we came off last week with almost 12,000 hits, and it's because of we're not sluts. The Smugsy Show, the Smugsy brand is not slutty, and we don't do the pointy nails. I think, can you imagine me talking to you? Would you have the same I don't know, level of comfort. Would we be on the same level if I had those like pointy nails? I mean, it's just, I blame Solvana a little bit, Dave Portnoy's girlfriend, for this trend, and I hope it's reversed now that the people have made their voice known, that pointy nails on sluts is out. Okay, your short round nails, and just, you know, elegance is back in, and I'm glad, and that's why the Smugsy Show has purpose, and that's why you being here with me is so meaningful. So go you for watching. You're really contributing and making a difference. And now on to more important things. My take on this Starbucks issue, perhaps you've been following it in the news. The baristas in a few of the Starbucks locations are organizing to have a vote on whether to join a union. And I'm like, nah, because it could lead to a low-income housing project just popping up right across the street. I know that sounds crazy, but it happened to me. I mean, okay, let's just say there's somebody, a lawyer, say, in Maine, who has a side gig as a parody account, and let's just say she had the most popular column of a newspaper, and let's just say the editorial editor belonged to a union for some strange reason, wrote himself specially in as a union member, the only editor in the union. And let's just say that, like, because he doesn't understand what she's writing about, and because her columns are more popular, and because he says he can't really deal with her bandwidth because he's got, like, mental problems, he fires her for no cause, and then he still has the job as the editorial editor, and that means he's the gatekeeper of all the information, all the opinions. And one of his buddies, another union boss, happens to work at a think tank who pumps out a report that says there's not a lot of multi-family housing in Maine, and before you know it, the editor, he's convinced that developers need to be paid millions of dollars to build gigantic, ugly buildings for low-income housing because, and this is what is never published in the paper, the reason why it's a scam is because it's all about, it's like basically an ATM for private developers just sucking tax dollars just right out of the treasury. Just they have an algorithm. They come into town with a campaign like a basically like a dog and pony show. I mean, you imagine snake oil. They say, well, in order to be feasible, it's going to cost you $450 a square foot for construction, but it's going to be affordable housing, and so it's definitely good. And then they sprinkle in magic language about how it doesn't cost anything. In fact, not only doesn't cost you anything, you make money. That's what they say. And the towns are like, great. So then they don't say like, oh, but by the way, we're only going to allow people who are on government subsidies to live there because that way we have guaranteed income. And the only way we can get those government subsidies is if we reduce the income levels so low that really nobody from your town can live there. So that's what happened in my case, and that's because the gatekeeper of the information is a mediocre guy who is in a union, whose job is protected, and he stinks at his job. And as a result, not only did a better voice get silenced, but the public is exposed to ongoing ridiculousness. So to the baristas at Starbucks, if you're thinking that a union is going to improve the chances of perhaps getting ahead, don't be surprised if it instead just solidifies some knucklehead right in your way. So that's my take. It's like, you know that song by The Who, the English rock band from the 70s. Don't get fooled again, okay? Meet the new boss, same as the old boss, okay? pick up my guitar and play just like yesterday? Yeah, don't be fooled again. You heard it here on the Smugsy Show, and that's it for this week's show. Hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, take care. You can find all your favorite Smugsy content at syndicatemedia.net. That's syndicate media with a C.net. And until next time, this is Smugsy signing off.